What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And Bitcoin is getting a bit of a drop to the downside here, rejecting some key levels of resistance. So I wanted to jump in here and give you guys a quick market update. Of course, we are short for this move to the downside. So I'm going to talk about the key levels of support that we are tapping into right now. Are we going to be able to get the bounce? Can we put in a higher low? Or are we looking to make a new low on Bitcoin? I'm going to break it down all in today's video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's get into it. So guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. And as you know, we had been waiting for our key level up here between about $91,000 and $93,000 to get tapped. We had a bunch of confluence up here. We had some MPOCs, we had the 786 Fibonacci retracement, and we also had this anchored VWAP pulled from $107,400, all in confluence. And as we know, guys, anytime you approach these value area lows from underneath, they are the doorway to higher prices. However, they are going to be resistance until proven otherwise. And we did talk about those 4-hour bearish divergences we had printing here. We had the higher highs on our price action, faking out that anchored VWAP, the lower highs on our momentum waves, giving us that bear div. And one of the other things we were looking at here to look for that drop to the downside here, guys, was that 12-hour red dot with our 45-minute money flow crossover into the red. And of course, it did take pretty much all weekend, but we were looking at that 45-minute money flow crossover to indeed give us the signal that we would be seeing that lower high come in for the continuation to the downside. And of course, we got the fake out into the green, but when you see that 45-minute money flow crossover happening at the same time as that 12-hour red dot, that is a market cipher B 1/16th bearish setup. And of course, we did wind up wiggling around sideways, coming up one more time, but only for a lower high and that bigger drop to the downside. And that did play out absolutely beautifully for the bigger drop to the downside. Got that one last little bearish retest of the value area low, but we could not reclaim for that push to the upside, and we got the bigger drop. And currently, we do have the daily red dot printing here in all of its glory, with our 90-minute money flow finally crossing into the red, which could indicate a continuation to the downside. But like I said, guys, we are coming up to kind of our final local support level, sitting between the golden pocket, daily MPOC, and 786 Fibonacci retracement. And we also have the POC of our $80,000 range coming through here. So we could potentially see a bounce from this level, guys. And as you can see here, our 4-hour money flow is still technically in the green. So this is going to be the zone that we need to hold, guys, because if we are going to be looking for a local low, high, higher low for an eventual higher high to come in, breaking this wick at about $93,000, we are going to have to be holding this fib zone, guys, because this is the opportunity to put in the higher low. If we are unable to get a higher low here and we wind up breaking below the 786, we will also at the same time be breaking below the POC of our range, of course, sitting right here at about $84,168. And if you can't hold that 786 POC, that next target to the downside is going to be the value area low. And me personally, I'll be looking for a break of this wick at about 80,500, where we have our next significant support levels sitting at that $80,000 psychological level. And just underneath that, we do have a weekly MPOC at $78,550. So I am going to be viewing this as a range. And if you are looking for higher highs to come in here, guys, in my opinion, we do have to hold this zone. This overall zone does sit between about 85,389 and 83,208. So hopefully we could come in here and get a little bit of a bounce, guys. And hopefully we could keep this 4-hour money flow in the green. But of course, we are in a very bearish environment here, as we've covered time and time again on the live stream. So I am going to be careful here with the bounces, but if we could find some confirmations in here, this is an opportunity to get a bounce. But of course, we are now accepted into our lower profile, so we'll have to keep an eye on this 4-hour money flow. And as of right now, I am going to be careful with the daily red dot printing and our 90-minute money flow crossing over into the red, because this could just indicate a continuation of that downtrend. If this 90-minute money flow stays in the red, could just come in, put in lower highs before finally seeing lower lows and potentially breaking this wick down here at about $80,500. And the line in the sand for that, for me personally, is going to be the 786 at 83,161. So for now, I am going to hold on to my short position, now up about $4,500. So we'll see what happens here. But like I said, guys, that daily red dot with the 90-minute money flow crossover does typically indicate that if we do get pumps here, we could see the lower high and lower low. Now, we do have the mixed signal here on the 4-hour with the money flow coming up. So I am simply just going to be playing this level to level. I'm going to move my stop loss to break even here on the short to protect myself. And if we do get the bounce bounces. Hopefully we could catch some scalps to the upside, but I will still be cautious of lower highs and lower lows coming in. It really depends on what things look like on these retracements to the upside. If we get the retracement and that 4-hour money flow starts to leak out here, gonna be looking for the lower high, but we'll see what happens here. Hopefully we can get the bounce. And of course, when we take a look at these higher time frames, guys, daily money flow also coming out locally here. We have our 2-day red dot potentially looking to print here very soon, and our 3-hour VWAP is also rolling over. So we'll see how this develops, but we are at the local key level that we must hold here, guys. So praying for a bounce here. If we lose the 786 at 83,144, I will be looking for the bigger drop down to the value area low and potentially all the way down to about $78,500. If we do see the bigger drop down and we can't hold those levels, I will update you guys and bring up some lower major key levels of support, but just in a very, very simple manner here, guys. We have essentially just gotten the bearish retest of our value area low. This, of course, was the level we needed to flip into support to see our bigger $95,000 to $97,000 zone get hit. But of course, with those bearish divergences and the rejection from this value area low, we were able to capitalize on that short to the downside. So this is still the big level to get above in order to see that bigger move up. But we'll keep an eye here on the price action. As soon as something changes, guys, I will let you know. But for now, all eyes on that 4-hour money flow. So come on, Bitcoin, hold above this POC, get us back above that golden pocket, and at least give us some kind of a retracement. And as we push up to these levels, guys, I will keep you updated on whether I think we can get above these levels and get the bigger push up. But if not, guys, we lose that 786. It is not going to be looking good. We are probably headed back down towards these lows. So I'm going to hold on to that short position, and we'll see if Biddy can get this bounce from the local golden pocket 786 retracement. So with all that being said, that's all the time I got for today's market update. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Watch that $83,180 786. We really want to hold on top of that to see some kind of a higher low come in. But if not, guys, we could be looking at some lower prices for Bitcoin. But as always, the Mafia is making money whether price pumps or dumps. That's the beauty of being a trader. That's all I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go. At the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide.